French police have arrested 2 more people over the lorry attack in Nice, which killed 84 people and left 18 in a critical condition. So far, 35 of those who died have been formally identified. Andrew Plant is in Nice for us. So, Andrew, just bring us up to date with what we know now.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of normality or something like it returning to Nice today. This square on Friday, the morning after the attack, was completely devoid of people. Yesterday there were just a handful, but today you can see it's a lot busier. So people finally coming out. I think for a long time they were avoiding public spaces for obvious reasons, avoiding crowds. Having said that though, it does seem like a city on its guard. You can see there's 2 police vans there. That is the sort of National Guard, if you like, the riot police, I suppose, a bit more heavily armed than your normal gendarmes. And more there as well. So it's kind of like that all across Nice. Heavily armed people, lots of barriers. You can't freely move everywhere you want to. Now today we are getting a bit more of a picture about Mohamed Boulil, the attacker who drove his truck into those thousands of people watching the Bastille Day fireworks. His family have been talking. They've described him as a bit of a loner. They've said that he was on long-term medication after suffering a breakdown some years ago. So a bit more of a picture. We know police are looking into his background, of course, trying to look for his motivation, his reason for launching that attack. Elsewhere here in Nice, at various places, there have been ceremonies today to remember those who were killed, as my colleague Tom Burridge reports.
Prayers this morning at Nice's Russian Orthodox Cathedral. On their minds, events that define evil. An attack on people of all ages, all nationalities, and all religions. Some of the victims were from Russia. It's so sad, says this woman, who, like so many others, ran for her life on Thursday night. What's the atmosphere like in Nice at the moment?
It's really frozen, the atmosphere here.
This morning, the latest grim figures. 84 dead, 85 still in hospital. 18, including a child, are in a critical condition. One man deliberately ran them down with a lorry, swerving for more than a mile, killing as many as he could. Those who knew Mohamed Boulil say he had psychological problems. There was news this morning of 2 more arrests, following a police raid yesterday. France is calling up 12,000 police reservists. They'll help protect France's borders and police public places during big events. There's a real sense of bewilderment here in Nice about the motivation and tactics of the killer. And the French government is under pressure to protect that sacred value of freedom, but also make French people feel safe again. There is fear and bewilderment in this city, but also defiance as life moves on. Tom Burridge, BBC News in Nice.
Let me just give you the very latest figures from the hospitals, the 2 main hospitals here in Nice where those casualties are being treated. We know there are 29 people still in intensive care. 18 of those are on life support. 1 of those 18 is a child. Clearly there is unprecedented demand for the skills of the doctors and nurses here in Nice. They will be working very hard indeed on those 29 people to try to make sure that death toll of 84 doesn't climb any higher.
Andrew, thank you. I just want to bring you up to date. You may have seen on the screen there, 2 of those police officers who have been shot in Baton Rouge have died, according to local television reports. Just to bring you up to date, in case you weren't